Our next guest is going to tell us about protecting ourselves. Brian Kossack, a personal
financial insurance agent.
Agent, there you go.
What I like to think of myself doing is making sure that when there's something bad that happens with this particular real estate market is you don't lose the house. The husband has a sad experience. The wife, I just had a friend who lost his wife. She got sick and passed away, leaving 2 young children. The saddest part is that if they lose that house, they're going to have a hard time getting another one.
They've already gone through enough.
Right.
You don't need to lose a house, too.
It's easier to stay in that home by having good life insurance. A term policy will only take you so far to the end of the term. You really need a permanent plan to take you all the way to the end of life. And if at some time when you're 66 you want money, it's a fantastic way to get retirement income tax-free. It almost looks like a no-limit tax-free retirement account. You're either going to collect through long-term care if you get ill, your family's going to collect if you are unable to survive an incident, or you're going to take 10 times the money out for yourself. There is qualifying events. If you have diabetes, cancer, or a heart situation, you're going to have to get an annuity. We can take care of that for you as well, so you have a future retirement account. If not, life insurance is the best way to survive any problem you might have. I also offer a full range of products to protect you and put cash in your pocket.
Okay. So young people buying their first house, are they thinking of this? They should, huh?
They should think of this. When you buy your first home, we want to make sure that we build in the idea of keeping that home in the family until such time as you're ready to leave. They say that 17% of the policies we sell, the people don't make it to the second premium month or the second premium year because they have passed away. The first thing you do when you're 18 years old, buy a life insurance policy, buy a return of premium so you get all your money back. With each child, we want to set up a college fund that will give you 50% more than what you put in, or $20,000 will get you $60,000 for college, and then that child will get $143,000 a year every year for retirement, all tax-free.
You're saying you don't have to die to take advantage of it.
You do not have to die to take advantage of it. You only have to be involved in the program to benefit from the program.
Okay, so it's sort of like a savings and retirement account?
It is a savings and a retirement account, long-term care, and life insurance, and tax-free money later on in life. You don't have to take the money.
Right.
You can leave it in the account. It will grow at about 7.26% a year. No risk. Every single year, the stock market usually increases. That money locks in, and the next year you're going to make more money.
Wow.
I set up some fantastic programs. Disability policies are really important. How many times does someone get in a car accident?
Yeah.
And they lose their house. They're living in a little rinky-dink apartment that's sad because their money's been squished to nothing.
It's like a disaster on top of your disaster. You're hurt or injured, and then you lose your house, and that's your second disaster. So you're saying that you can buy insurance so that if you become disabled or you can't work, you can still make your house payment?
Yes, I offer disability policies to pay as little as just your health insurance. Or we can max it out and get at least 60% of your income, so you keep that in all the years of your life, or till you're 65, till Medicare kicks in, or till your children are done with college. We also have accident policies that pay you $25,000 if you're in the hospital for 14 days. I have cancer policies and critical illness policies. The idea is whatever incident comes up, even just being hospitalized for a kidney issue, you need to get paid every day you're in the hospital to offset your rent, your food. The last thing we want is for you to have a program through your job where they provide you a life insurance policy, and when you leave your job and you're 50 or 60 years old, your policy jumps up 100 or 500% because you didn't own it. It was a year-to-year policy. I see a lot of that, and it kind of makes me sad because people like yourself would have insured themselves.
Yeah. They give you a false sense of being covered, and you're not covered.
You're not covered. I read a report.
When you need it. You want to be covered when you need it. So.
Right, and we want to make sure that we do a return of premium plan on some of your term policies, so even if you don't use it, you get all your money back. It doesn't cost you anything.
Okay. Now, we used to see when somebody would buy a new home and you're getting the loan, there's a box you would check for life insurance or if you're disabled or something, but that's not always the best deal, I would imagine.
I think that it's a very good idea to take it if the price is right. Some of those plans give you a diminishing amount. Your $200,000 home, as you pay it off, and 40 years, 30 years down the road, you owe $50,000. That's all the life insurance you have. And we want to make sure that whatever you get through your company or whatever you get through the bank or whatever you got in the mail, that you always own the best policy. And I work with all the top companies to bring you the best policies out there. We do direct pricing. I don't charge anything for what I do, so I can bring you the best price. You paid the least amount for my services, and you own it. So whenever you move, you take it with you.
Now, let's say they're buying their first house and they're getting the loan. There's a checkbox for life or disability insurance. Maybe before they check it, could they talk to you and you would tell them if it's a good deal or not?
You can call me anytime you'd like. I'm happy to talk about any subject that protects you. I'm happy to talk about that box you're going to check or that $15 a month you're going to pay for a program that might only be a fifth. Maybe it's a $25,000 insurance policy. I met a gentleman yesterday. He was really proud of his $60 program. He has $25,000 of insurance. We looked at $100,000 and it was $12.
Oh, my goodness.
So this happens quite a bit in my day, and it's something I would like to avoid because he's been paying in for 5 years. And he would have kept that money and had a much bigger policy his whole life.
Now, you said something about college accounts.
College accounts are some of my favorite accounts. We take a child that is just born, 15 days old is when I like to get their child insured, before there's any medical issues, before anything can happen. By the time the child reaches college age, he's got a large amount of money. So the money's there to go to college, basically between $60,000 and $300,000 is what we'd like to have. We'd like them to have. They don't have to use the money, but if they need it, it's there for them. They pay off their college debt, and then they go on with their life. And they don't pay any more into the program. When they get to be 66, they start drawing the balance of the money out of the account for the rest of their lives. It comes out tax-free, and they have life insurance.
So you're getting your kid covered, set up for all of his life. My son is a senior in college, and his is $60,000 a year. And now he's applying to grad school. So I think, oh my gosh, will this never end? But I didn't have something like that. It would have made my life a lot easier.
Would have made, yeah. So we want to make sure that everyone around us knows as soon as your child's born, come talk to Brian. Let's get a retirement
Kossack.
plan. That's right. Get a retirement plan, and let's get your college fund taken care of. So that child's going to school, whether it's $60,000 a year, whether it's $60,000 for the whole piece, or they're going to be a doctor for $300,000. Whatever it is, there's no reason you as a parent should have to worry about paying that, or at least the whole sum.
Let the kid make the choices of which school to go to, not whether he can go to school or not. I mean, you got a lot more freedom of choices when you're covered like that.
Without a doubt, Mike, you are so right. More people should listen to you.
I know. Well, Cedar Valley Talk does endorse Brian Kossack. We believe in what he says, and he's an honest guy, and that's what we like. So, what about anything else? If they're young, starting out, buying their first house, could you help them with the car insurance and everything like that?
I actually have people that we refer to for car insurance, renter's insurance, homeowner's insurance. The main things that I focus on are protecting the individual from loss. Okay. And we do that from our menu that's up on the screen repeatedly.
Yeah.
And I'll do your health insurance. If you still don't have health insurance, we got a couple days left. I can still get you health insurance through the 6th. And, of course, if you need your taxes done, you can get $50 off at Liberty Tax at my current office at Marks and Shaw, at Shields and West, at Ashland and West, and at Manchester Center. Mention my name. Tell them I sent you. They'll get you $50 off. Please get your taxes done with Liberty. We're here to help you.
We might run that ad for a day or so. Go in and say Brian Kossack and get $50 off your taxes.
Yeah, I'd like that. One of the nice things is Liberty has asked me into their offices to help the people that are there, because a lot of times people don't know that they can get an accident policy for $5. Wow. For $7. Most people go to the hospital when it happens, and they're there for a week. They haven't made their rent payment. No one's working for them. They're lucky if they get a little bit of money from their job for their time off, their sick pay. We're giving $25,000 for 14 days. Wow. We also have accident, dental, vision, critical illness, cancer, hospitalization, disability.
What happens if you don't have health insurance by tax day or whatever?
You're going to pay a nice fine. I believe it's 3% or 3% of your income or $354, whichever is greater. I am not a tax preparer. I am a licensed health and life insurance agent. I have a license to make you money and to protect you from losing any of your money. I don't do anything with risk. So I say, come in, let me set you up with your tax-free, no-limit retirement. It is possible not to risk your money in the stock market. It is possible not to pay taxes on your retirement. It starts and ends with me, and the companies out here that are here to help you, they're hard for you to find unless you call me, because everyone wants to put you in a 401k.
Right.
Everyone wants you in an IRA. I just read a report saying that the government's going to go after $58,000 per person. We just hit $18 trillion in debt.
Oh, boy.
We don't want to have to pay that, and the only way to pay it is to keep the money with yourself. Don't risk your money out there in the world.
Don't take the risk. Well, talk to Brian Kossack. It's free, right?
It's free,
Free
no
to
charge.
talk to Brian Kossack. Don't hesitate. Doesn't matter if you're young or old. It's never too late, right?
That's right. As soon as you're from 15 days old to 84 years old is my normal audience. You can reach me at 559-977-1976. I do in-house appointments if you really need to see me and you don't have a ride, or if you can get down and you have a particular time to see me. I'm happy to help you. Don't go through life unprotected. It will end up costing you way too much in the end.
We put Brian's number up about every half hour on Central Valley Talk, but if you really can't find him, if you can't remember 977-1976, call us at Central Valley Talk and we'll get you in touch with Brian Kossack. Brian, thank you. That was I didn't think of some of the things you told us today, and I think it's very important that everybody hears this. We'll be back with more Central Valley Real Estate right after this.